about micro-coring system?
Yes.
Micro-coring is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that the fractional ablative lasers do not do is to contract the skin well. So, and this is because the little holes that are made with fractional ablative laser are stiff. They don't close. So the idea of using a needle, micro-coring needle, to remove skin is the first time that we've been able to do surgical removal of skin without a scar. If you look at all of plastic surgery, it's unprecedented. So thank you. The ability of doing that is also conceptually simple.
Yes.
It's not a laser. It's not complicated. You have to pay attention to what you're doing and do a good job. There are important details to make sure the treatment is done well. Can I keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I followed your publication for more than 6 or 7 years. So I read what's the size of biggest size without scar formation, something like that, the initial, and what's the function of cutting surface? You published already about that.
So we started not in people, but in preclinical animal studies. But in people, we established that you can go up to about a 0.5 millimeter and not get scarring. One of the things that one can do is also control the direction in which the little holes close. And this is a way of choosing how the skin will, what the new shape of skin will be.
Another physics.
Very good. And the main thing that I see with the coring needles is just that they're very effective in a way that I think you cannot achieve with laser treatment.
How about?
Yeah, I am very excited about the micro-coring too. So I'm also part of the project, been working with that for many, many years. And I think the ability of creating skin tightening, I haven't seen in any other technology the improvement, the degree of improvement that we have seen with micro-coring. The other thing that I think is exciting about micro-coring is that you can remove tissue. So then for treatments like, it's not yet approved for those indications, but I think in the future people will start using for removal of skin, like for stria dystonia, or for like, different types of nevus that are like congenital nevi, gigantic congenital nevi. So you can definitely remove parts of that without causing severe scarring, and also you can do in different types or stages, like we do in major plastic surgeries. So I think that probably will be a secondary use that's not yet approved, but I think people start using for those applications.
We're very close to the beginning. So the technology is new. It's very exciting. And do we really know all of its potential uses? No.
I think similar things happen that just without thermal damage, and punch is very old technology, and how come they can influence or can make skin better or something? Some Korean doctors or other doctors already are saying some kind of story like that, but I think it's a new concept that will change the whole scope of those treatments.
But that's a statement of a good idea. So when we come up with good ideas, and people say, "Oh, I already knew about that," but I never put it. It's just because you think it's so obvious, but nobody did it. That's actually the definition of a good idea.
And we started micro-coring in my laboratory by hand with single needle. You can do it, but you're going to be there for hours. So it's really important. So ElliCore is a device that has automated that, and the pattern, the density, the number of cores. Unless you have a terrible tremor, I don't think you should do it by hand.
The story is quite similar to from electrolysis to laser hair removal.
It is. It is.
Because we don't have enough time, so I will go to the final questions. As this is your first visit to Korea, is there anything specific you hope to experience or learn during your time here in Korea?
Well, I like to eat. I think Korean food. As I travel the world, I notice that the food that we get in Boston, even it might be labeled Korean, it may be not the same. I don't know. So I look forward to that. But also, Dr. Koh, I've known you for many long time. I am so happy just to see you in your own home. You know, it's wonderful, and I am open-minded. I hope that in these few days we can really learn a lot about Korea.
No, I hope to learn with the Korean dermatologists because this is the land of cosmetic dermatology. I think there's no place in the world that people know more about cosmetics and skincare and things like that. So I'm hoping to learn with all the dermatologists from Korea and what you can teach us because we are always learning.
Yeah, thank you very much. What advice both of you give to young researchers or clinicians aspiring to make a significant contribution to dermatology?
I could ask you the same question.
Final
question,
but you can answer. You have all.
My answer to that would be pay attention to problems worth solving, things that strike you, not just in your mind, but sort of in your heart, where there's an unsolved problem that makes you passionate. Because the research or the clinical practice, as you know, it's long and hard. If you don't have a strong motivation, that's the key ingredient to it. Also, the key ingredient to doing something new. If you start with an unsolved problem and you actually solve it, of course it's new.
I think that story maybe I heard at your lecture or a session in ASLMS, the Magic Wand. Session.
I believe it. And by the way, I like helping young people figure out who they are and what they want to do. To me, it's a great pleasure.
Dr. Sakamoto, as comparing to Rox, you are early stage of this road. So what do you recommend?
For the young dermatologist, first of all, be curious. I think once you're curious, you can always learn more and not believe in everything. So my pathway to what I'm doing right now started by being frustrated with what was offered as guidelines for treatments and didn't work with my patients. So trying to do the best for your patients and be the most helpful actually led me to this career. So for me, it's like, really try to do the best for your patients. And if you do the best for your patients, they will come back and you'll be happy. And that's a reward, nothing else, no profession give it back.
Okay, thank you very much. And Dr. Anderson and Dr. Sakamoto for sharing your invaluable insights and experience with us today. We greatly appreciate your time and contribution to this field. So we wish you a wonderful stay in Korea, and really we look forward to witnessing the future advancement that your research will undoubtedly bring to dermatology.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Koh.
Thank you very much.
More than 20 years?
Yeah, 24 years ago.
24 years ago, I met Dr. Koh. And we have been friends ever since, you know? That's it's very good. I remember you, your wife, your family, very good.
Yeah. Even though I'm doing hair removal treatments only, but I always regularly search the patent from you. Google helps everything. So through Google's patent, we can search anything. So search and articles regularly. So I'm very familiar with, even though I do not ask you what you are doing, but I very familiar with what you are doing.
And oftentimes the patent comes out before the first paper. Sometimes you can access it.
And before registration, Google's patent search we can find in processing. So that's
But-
far.
But
Yeah.
so a lot of the things that I love to do have no patent.
Yeah.
For example, do you know that light can make you stronger, run faster,
Yeah.
have less musculoskeletal injury?
You talked already 24 years ago.
This
Yeah.
is fascinating
Yeah.
to me. We have new grant
Yeah.
to study
Yeah.
this from the government, you know. and
You
it's
know,
very good.
I
No
have a
patents.
crazy idea that we can change metabolism or our brain through skin. Because skin is connected directly. If we change
Yes.
2 cells from the skin, we can reach the brain.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
the skin is also wired. The
Yeah,
brain
yeah,
is
yeah.
literally connected.
Yeah, yes.
And
And very close.
So it's
Yeah.
true. It's
So
true.
I study sometimes that what happens if we touch. A lot of neurologists are doing research about that. And what if we can develop a very good touch machine
It's a good
to
idea.
modify the human mood and brain.
So
Yeah, so-
we all
yeah.
love
Yeah.
to be touched in
Yeah.
the right
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
look at people that,
Yeah.
that you feel good when you,
Yeah.
I get a massage or
Yeah,
whatever, and you are right. And you are very smart to major in psychology.
Yeah.